Morning. Thank you very much for coming. My name is George Kimani, Continental Content Distribution. We've been around for about 6-7 years. We have 2 models of business. We work with international producers bringing content into Africa, and now we are taking Kenyan content to the world. That's why we have a stand here, and it's been an amazing experience. We are based in Kenya, that's where we live, that's where we do business. And I'll tell you a bit more of when it comes to production, programming, and the opportunities that are there. I'll start off with Russell, mention something to do with M-Pesa. We basically pay for everything on M-Pesa. You can pay for your taxi, through your phone. I can go to the supermarket, buy my goods, get to the till, take out my phone, and I pay for everything. I can pull money from my bank account to my phone and do everything that I need to do. I buy my airline tickets from my phone, so that is a big area for us. But what I really want to talk about is on the content relationship, the production, and on the broadcasting part of it. I'll start off with the broadcasting. It's a very exciting time for us. At the beginning of the year, we had about 14 to 15 TV channels. By the end of the year, we'll have about 40 channels because of the digital transition. Because by the end of the year, we'll have done 90% of the country. And I think it's one of the easiest countries to get a digital license to come in and operate. Because we're really trying to build up, and it's very liberalized. The government has little or no influence at all when it comes to broadcasting. On the content, our content is not, has not been there for a long time, like my brothers in Nigeria. We've really started producing in the last 5 years. So most of the stuff is produced in HD. We speak English and Kiswahili. And so there's a lot of influence from the international market. So we're doing a whole range. We're not very good in doing movies, but we're doing dramas, we're doing cookery shows, we're doing travel shows, we're doing everything else, but not enough. So there's still room for that. And I say that because our greatest, in East Africa, the greatest asset we have are the people. The people are very passionate. We have a large base of production, crew. We do a lot of international movies, not a lot, but a good number of international movies are shot in Kenya. And for some of them, they come in with very little crew. Because when you come and look at the kind of people, the kind of quality of people we have on the ground, you don't need to carry 4 cameramen from your country to bring them in. You don't need to bring your 7 sound men or people for grips and everything. We have quite a lot of these young guys willing to, they're not the very best, but willing to learn and easy to work with. And they will understand your brief and they will do it. The kind of movies that are done in Kenya are not many, but the few that are done actually go out and win awards. We had the first grader. That was actually a real story. An old guy, about 70, 74 years old, decided to go to school and to start at the lowest level of school. And this guy was in the news in our country every 3-4 weeks as we were following up. He got to do the exams, and guys came in and they did a movie. Interesting, because the producer met with a Kenyan production person, I think at Natpe, and he mentioned that there's this movie he wants to do, but he wants to shoot it in South Africa. So he's like, so which movie was this? Like, yeah, about Maruge, this 74-year-old guy. We're like, no, come to Kenya, let me show you his house. Don't go and recreate his house in South Africa. Come, I'll take you to his village. Come and talk to his teachers. The 4-year-olds he was sitting in class with, the 7-year-olds he was sitting in class with. And that movie came out, did very well. I think the main actor was nominated for an award, a top award. So those are the kind of things we do. And I can tell you that producer came with, I think he just came with a DOP, him the producer, his main sound guy, like a crew of 5. Everybody else was Kenyan, and it was brilliant. So that's what we're looking at. The other thing we have are our stories. I can tell you, we love Hollywood stuff. We love international content. We know them all. The CSIs, 24s, we love them. But the only stories that are remaining now, the fresh stories, are in Africa. The next big story is in Africa. This is my first time to come to Cannes, and I've spent some time walking around looking at the new shows that are coming out, and I'm seeing shows which I watched when I was 10, now they're being redone. What that tells me is that there needs to be a fresh pot of stories to be told. And all these stories are in Africa. Let me give you one simple one. From when I was a little boy, Lake Victoria, one side of Kenya, there was a snake, huge snake, that used to come out of the lake. This is a real story, covered on TV. Go to YouTube, you'll find it. And it comes out of the lake, and it stays around for about 3 months. And during that time, there's rain, everything is good. This is a real story. The last time the snake was around was in 2009. Real story, covered by our news channel. It comes out and it chooses a home. It comes and our traditional homes, we have rafters, over the fireplace. Now that's the homemade place. It goes and curls up somewhere. And the family, for the community now, they always have to come and feed this snake. So everyone from all over comes to see this snake. We don't worship it, but it's been coming for centuries. That's a real story. Yesterday in the news, a Ugandan lion killed an antelope and adopted the antelope's baby. It's in the news, check it out. The last time that happened was 10 years ago. It happened in Kenya. Male lion killed an oryx and adopted the oryx baby for so long, for about 3, 4, 6 months, I think, until now they were separated. The oryx still lives. It's at our national orphanage. The lion is still in Masai Mara. They were that tight. Those are the kind of stories we have. If you look at our history, it's like you're reading the Italian Job. They're like, we have action, we have intrigue, we have everything, We have guys being shot in the street and no one knows what happened. We have amazing stories which have not been told. We are trying to tell these stories, but we'll never be able to tell them at a global scale. So we are looking for partnerships. We don't want a Kenyan story told in New York, a Kenyan story told in Russia. No. Come and do the story where it's happening. We have had, there's a movie right now that's been running in our theaters for the 6th week. This has never happened before. We're supported by some German company. They came in, they found a story. They got a Kenyan crew, full Kenyan cast. They did a movie, and it's been having an amazing run. We have never seen that before. Because the stories are real. They are real people. We don't need to reenact this. If CSI was done in Kenya, it would be a very different show. I'm telling you, it would be a very different show. It would be brilliant. Because the kind of crimes we have are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. Those guys, it will be half comedy, half full action. Because that's how it happens. We have guys who come to steal, but these guys they're doing so badly, they're so hungry, they can't carry the TV. Guys enter the kitchen, they cook some food as we're sitting there. You guys, sit there. Don't move. They cook on your meat and everything, they eat and then they go. Those are the kind of stories. These are stuff that happens. This is stuff that happens. For us, it's not unusual. It happens. Oh, they came, they ate your food. Oh, so sorry. They took the TV and the car. Oh, so sorry. This is the stuff that happens. So what we are really looking for, what we need, is people who are willing to come in, form partnerships, because we have the people, we have the equipment, but not all. Yeah, we need technical assistance. Come work with us, and you know what? We're going to build the next big story for Cannes. This is me, George Kimani. 3 years down the line, the big show that we'll be launching here will be from Africa. I believe that. I believe that. We have the other side, as I finish. Let me touch a bit about the piracy bit. Huh? We don't pirate our own stuff at all. We have serious laws on piracy. You'll never find a Kenyan product pirated. But we pirate 100% foreign. We pirate everything, I'm telling you, everything. Put something on YouTube, your wedding, we'll pirate it. We'll be at home watching it. We pirate everything. But this is the reason. There is no local representation. So our Kenyan laws don't apply to you. That's the only issue. I can tell you, our company, we have written to all these big networks and we're telling them, your content is being pirated. And all you need to do is get local representation. Then that way, the laws of Kenya will apply to you. There's a street where every second shop is selling pirated DVDs. It's a whole economy that is growing. And it will get to a point where it will be run away. No one will be able to touch it. So this is the time to come in, form partnerships on the ground. That will be taken care of you, because really these shows, they do well. Now broadcasters are not buying these shows anymore. Broadcasters have cancelled every single show that you would think of. We don't show any of the top shows in Kenya. And Kenya was among the first countries to start showing the CSIs, the 24s. After DSTV, it was Kenya, then the rest of Africa. But now it's not happening. The only thing that we're showing on TV now are telenovelas. We have channels that are showing 4 telenovelas in a night. At 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m., and some even go late night. And some even have a fresh one in the afternoon. So it's between telenovelas and our local. Nothing else. Even movies, we don't buy anymore. I'm not able to sell anymore for my clients. So the message is partnerships will work. The next big story will come from us, and we're looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for such an entertaining presentation. George, from my side, what I wanted to ask you, for the audiences that are sitting here and you emphasize partnerships, is there a website? How do they find out who are the worthwhile partners that they could partner with going into East Africa? Where do they do the research? Where are the credentials of the companies that they could partner with?
Okay. We have their websites for all the licensed producers with their crews and everything that they need to do. Just go online, just type Kenyan film crews, and you'll get a whole list of them. They do from the international movies, local movies, anything you want. All the information is open. I urge you, visit, get on the ground, see what people are doing, get involved from that level. Because a lot of times, as we know, what is on the website and what is on the ground may not be the same. So, but it's a starting point. The basic information is there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to hand over to Joseph Hunda. He's the CEO of Modern Times Group, Africa. And Joseph will